Hello, class. I was asked to basically go over Project 19 with you all. So what I'm going to do is this here because as you know, I cannot go over the problem directly because you need to solve that for yourself. But what I will do, I change the years, the revenue, and also the T years after uh, portion. But what you can do if you follow these steps, you should be able to do Project 19. So starting off with this, you all know how to do this portion, but we need to create a scattergram using this data here. So you hit the plus sign and the table. Now X1 will be your years, but remember your years are after 2010. So then this would be 5 because 2015 is 5 years after 2010 and so on. So this would be 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, then we would type in the revenue 45, 79, 95, 215, and 705. Okay, so we typed in those values. Now our next step would be it says create a scattergram for the revenue. Okay, now let's take a look here. I have to zero in a little bit because my numbers are kind of high. But this is a scattergram, or we could take this wrench here. And since we notice here with our x-axis, we could go from 0 to, let's just say, to 15. Then we could go to our y-axis. You notice our lowest y value is 45. So what we could do, we could go to 40 as our lowest value. And our highest value is 705. So let's make it 750. Okay, now that we did that, now we can really see the scattergram here. Okay, now we have our scattergram showing. Oh, this is good. We can see it here now. Okay, now it says use regression to find an equation of the form y equals ab to the x. Okay, so what we would need to do here, we would do y sub 1, hit this table, hit this keyboard here, hit this tilde, and then it'll be ab, and then we have to take this to the x1 power. And you have to hit your log mode. You have to click on log mode here. So now they give us what a and b is, and we would type out the formula using y is equal to these values here. You should know that from previous assignments that we did. Okay, now it says now use the regression to find an equation of the form y equals pe to the rt. So what we could do is this here. We'll do y of 1, y sub 1, the tilde, and then we could do, since we don't know what p is yet, we could do p, then e, and then we could take this to the power of r, and then instead of typing in t is really your x value, so we would make that x sub 1, and we will click on log mode. Now, if you notice here, it gives us a P and a R. Now, what I want you to notice here is the A here from the formula we got from the Y is equal to AB to the X, and the P here are the same. So that lets you know that your A from this value is also your P in this value here. So all you would have to do now is substitute in, you would type in Y is equal to the P value, because it doesn't tell us to round to a certain amount of decimal places, will be 1.4605, and then your E will remain E, and then your R is given to you. So we would take this to the R power. Now I probably would just round to 4 decimal places since we have that here. So it'll be 0.6504. And then that would be to your R, and then we will put our, And just for the sake of this problem, we would just put our x. Now, of course, when you write it out, it'll have to be t. But this is basically for the sake of this problem. This would be actually what you would get here. Or you could put t. That's fine too. This is what you would actually get here. This would be your equation. Now it says use a note in text box to discuss similarity and differences between the graphs. Now if you notice here, if you take this off, the graph here, well let me take this off here. Okay, if you notice, if we take these off, if we hit here, the red will be here. Hit here, the black. It'll be right here on the red, just about the same. And then here would be the blue, be just about the same. So they're basically all the same. Now, just a few key takeaways here, because this was just a general explanation of this. If you notice here that with all of these, when you have the log mode, you must click on your log mode. And then also do this like you have done with the previous exponential regression problems. So if you have any other questions, please let me know, and I will gladly answer those questions for you. Have a wonderful day.